On the field, I'm a mentality monster. I push myself, I grind, I do all these things. Off the field, I'm a person of community, of, you know, like a bit more laid back kind of personality, but you can't have that on the field. You got to be 100 miles an hour all the time, super intense.
Guys are mentality monsters, man. You got to keep that brain and mental strong. The things you're asked to do on the field are changing all the time. What are ways that you deal with that off of the field?
There is such a balance because you do have to give so much focus, concentration, just like your absolute all and heart in every session and every training, especially in this environment. I mean, it's tough because I think many of us do think about the game so much, you know, and I think that's important, but getting away from it sometimes can help. And some of the ways I've done that is just having a community outside of soccer. I've got a family I talk to basically every single day. I've got very close friends on the team and off the team playing on other teams, people I've grown up with. I really love getting out of my apartment and being in the community and love going to the Pearl. It's got that balance for me of great food, community, farmers market, coffee shops. I spend a lot of time there, and nature, which is like the river, the trees, and just everything like that that really kind of bring me some peace. And another thing that I've been pretty vocal and passionate about is just like my impact on the community around me. There's so much that we can do to be benefiting and helping others, and it kind of gives you that perspective of like, okay, you know what, I'm so blessed right now, and I have the opportunity to make a difference so much bigger than myself. Sometimes we had like meals or like leftover food here, and I found out like what could we do with this, and I started taking that food and bringing it to downtown to feed people less fortunate, homeless people that are on the street, and I would just go up to them. I know Abu has done the same in cooking up extra meals, and we usually go down there with 15 or so each and just try to pass it out. I know for myself personally, I've managed to feed close to 400 people in the past year and a half, maybe 350 is the number. Just seeing how grateful some of these people are, where you know, you're going up and there's not a whole lot that they have. They're in the heat, they're struggling, and you never know what anyone's story is or how they got there. Seeing the gratitude of them just to get a meal, just to have a water bottle, just anything, and just being so thankful. It's not even just in that setting, but there's so much out there that we can help. Every individual can help at such a small dedication of our time, you know? My grandfather, who lived most of his life in Kenya, was hugely prominent in building the health system over there and treating people for free with malaria, and he built up hospitals and helped out with schools, was elected mayor, and so much of what his personal background and everything was helping the community and making a statement bigger than himself, to where even now, after he did pass last year, I believe they're building a school in his honor because he had helped so many people and done so much. So having role models like that in my own family makes me want to see beyond myself.
Coach Allen does a great job of telling you guys, listen, you need to take these times for your mental. You need to take these times to where soccer isn't on your mind, even though he also preaches mentality monster.
Yeah, Alan's been incredible about that. I mean, he was a professional player. You know, he's a coach at a high level, and he's had success in both realms, and he knows what it takes, you know. So he is a proponent, and in our off time, he does tell us you need to disconnect from the game. It's important to spend time with your family. It's important to spend that time. And, you know, for myself and a couple other guys that, you know, we don't have a family necessarily here, it's kind of creating a unique setting for us to find ways to seek fulfillment within ourselves outside of the game, you know, and Alan's been great for promoting that so well in each and every one of us.
This is by far my favorite part of the Pearl, getting to come down by the water.
So I actually go there every game day, and I'll go to the farmers market, and I love to just see all the new stuff, all the tents, and try different things, or maybe I'll save some of the sweet treats for after the game, but just like getting to learn about bigger business, smaller business, and just seeing that community. And I swear, just like you said, almost every time I'm there, someone will recognize me, come say hi. So this community is so friendly, and adapting to it has been, I'd be completely honest, it hasn't been like crazy challenging because of that, because everyone here is so friendly, because there is places like the Pearl, or like even like Blue Star in Southtown, or even all these places on the west. Like there's so many like community-based things. The Quarry Market does a farmers market as well, and like it's worked into my DNA, where I love San Antonio, and I love the culture, the sports teams, and just the community here.
So one of the most important parts of sitting at this specific table, which I do every week, is Yeah, the people watching, but the dog watching. You gotta go and see all the different people, all the different dogs. Really nice, it's always packed. And we got a lot of friendly fellows in San Antonio.
If I stay in the house all day, like I don't feel as happy as when I get to be outside and be in a community environment. So that's just something about me personally. In addition to that though, like I like to bring a book at times, personal studies as well, just things like that that get my mind going, that feels like I'm still progressing myself as a person. Those are kind of the things that I just get to experience, and when I'm at the Pearl on game day, I kind of get in that sense, and then I usually spend like an hour up top and then I'll go down into the nature, and that's when I kind of like connect a bit with the earth while also like I get to have this kind of piece of maybe visualizing what I want to do in the game, or maybe I'll be on the phone for a little bit, connect with some friends in peace, or maybe I'll just take in that moment there and just feel how blessed I am to be alive, a soccer player, and just how exciting it is that like I get to go and play at Toyota Field in front of our rockin' fans, you know? So there's just a lot to be grateful for.
You know, you do all of these things to keep your mental right, to keep your spirit right. How is all of that, doing the community service, taking those times on game day, making that ritual, how is that translated and helped you on the field in your own words?
I think that it's helped me on the field because being able to have that sense of community reminds me that like I am a soccer player, but I'm a person first, you know? It takes a little bit of pressure off in that sense of like, you know what, I'm a human being, I'm Justin, there's so many layers, so many things to me. On the field, I'm a mentality monster. I push myself, I grind, I do all these things. Off the field, I'm a person of community, of, you know, like a bit more laid back kind of personality, but you can't have that on the field. You gotta be 100 miles an hour all the time, super intense. I think it's about channeling the two different ways, and you know, it just allows me to have my identity on the field, my identity off the field.